everybody, this is Chris. Thank you for joining me. In today's video, we're going to be making some stamps that are not going to be only useful for stamping or card making, but it's also going to give dimension to your polymer clay. It's going to be like a texture plate, if you wish, because it has a lot of dimension as well, and you can use this on your clays. So this is really simple to do. You can make them any size you want. You can cut them. I've done circles, but you can do squares if you prefer. And we're going to be able to use many things in order to do this. So what I'm going to use today, and I'm going to show you a brand. If you don't have this brand, because it's mainly available in Europe, you can use something that is very similar. It's called, I think, Silly Putty or something like that, Mold Putty. You need two different colors. Usually you've got part 1 or part A and part B. You need to mix, at least for mine, it might be a little bit different for yours, but usually that's the way it works. It's the same amount of one of here, the B, and the same amount of A. So let me show you. It's going to be much more simple than just talking. So what I'm going to use here, I think it's much easier to do that. I'm going to take these little measuring spoons, and I'm going to take one measurement of this, and I like to work usually in small batches because I have about 15 minutes work time. So if you need to work longer, I would do smaller batches, come back and do a little bit more. So I'm going to take the same amount of part A now, then part B, tiny wee bit more, okay? And then we're going to mix them together. And I'm going to close this back really tight. I don't want this to get harder. I'm going to put this aside, and now I'm going to mix. So in my case, the white part needs to disappear completely and only be left with the yellow part. So you need to mix this around 30 seconds, probably a minute, so that the white part completely disappears. So I'm going to do that. So it's been a minute, and this cures after about 20 minutes. Might be a little longer, a little shorter, depending on the temperature of your room. I like when it doesn't cure too fast, because otherwise you have a shorter time to work with. So this is perfect. The only other item that you're really going to use is some baby powder or baby talc. Because that's going to avoid sticking. Because it's going to stick to paper. It's going to stick to everything right now because it's very tacky. It doesn't seem to be, but it's tacky. So we're going to use baby powder, and then you're going to find in your stash anything that has some texture. So here I'm going to work with embossing folders, and I'm sorry, I'm going to use this paper because I think it's the best way to see it on dark. And as you can see, so on embossing folders, you can use both sides. The side that is going to be raised up, and the other side is going to give you the negative. So I'm going to work on one side right now. So first, you put your baby powder, and don't be afraid of putting baby powder every time you're going to make another print, if you need to make another print. I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it aside on a little bit of baby powder as well. And I just want one part of this here, just this part. So I'm going to make a little ball. I'm going to put it in the center here. And then I'm going to use something to flatten it out. So it can be anything as long as it's transparent, because it's easier to see what you're doing. But you could use, what I have used here is some, it's not glass here, but you could use a piece of glass, like for example, a photo frame. I've been using also this that used to be a CD box. Very useful because transparent. So anything you can see through. I'm going to put a little bit of baby powder here again, because otherwise it's going to stick to that. And I'm going to put it on top here. I'm not sure. I'm going to come a little closer so you'll see it. I've got baby powder over my camera, guys. I put it there, and then I'm going to squish it. So it's going to cover all the piece I wanted to print. Now I'm not going to take it away because I might destroy everything. I'm going to leave it as is on the side for it to cure at least 20 minutes. And then I move on to the next project. So one other thing you can use are, for example, this, a die. So I have this die here, And I really wanted to make a print out of it because I think it's interesting. So let me move it here. Again, I'm going to put some baby powder, smoosh it in because it's raised on some parts, right? And I'm putting the cutting side up. And I want to make sure that my paste here is not going to go anywhere and get stick to it. I need to get into the holes there. So I'm going to get a little bit more. I'm going to use this one up. I'm going to put it somewhere I think it's interesting with some large and bigger holes. Why not around here? I'm going to use this. I'm going to put a little bit of baby powder again. Go on top and smush. And if you want a square, you will be able afterwards to cut it where you want to. Okay, and again, I'm gonna leave it there. Oh, it's already came out. Well, that's good. I didn't even do anything. It just came out by itself. And you can see here, I've got this 3-dimensional pattern. So what I'm gonna do now is leave it as is. I'm not gonna try to pull it off because it might stick a little bit, but then it will be very easy. So let's move on to something a little different. So it works really well with dies. It works, of course, with an embossing folder. Now let's see, I wanted to do something a little different, and I took this acrylic block and I've put just some rubber bands around it, and I want to take a print out of this because I think it's interesting. You could even have 2 different prints out of it. So again, I'm going to use a little bit of baby powder. I'm going to put this one straight, probably. It'll be better. Yeah, I like it this way. A bit more just to make sure that it's not going to be stuck anywhere. I'm going to take a little bit more of this and I'm going to make it bigger this time. Put it in the center, and I know you can't see much, but it's there, and there's some resistance, so I'm not going to try to tear it apart right now. So I'm going to leave it as is. Other ideas, use maybe tulle. It works really well on tulle. So I'm going to take this one, I'm going to cut a piece. And the holes are quite big here, so I think it's going to be interesting as well. I'm going to put it there. Baby powder. It's a bit messy. I have to say, it's a bit messy, but I don't really mind. I'm going to take, that's the rest of it. I'll need to put some more. And I'm going to put it here. And I'm going to use, you know what? I'm going to use the other side of this. I'm going to put a little bit of baby powder. And I'm in the center and smush. I love smushing. And I'm being quite generous. I'm smooshing quite a lot. You can make it a little thicker if you want to. And again, if I try to pull, is it coming? It is coming. It's not bad at all. I will show you that better, and we'll try to do some prints. But usually what I like to do is to keep it on just in case it shrinks a little bit. It's not going to lose all its definition, but it seems quite nice here. So let's give it a try and move on to something a little different now. So I want to make something with this. I think these are very interesting, and I really don't know exactly how it's going to turn out, so I'm going to try. So I'm going to put it here. Baby powder. And I'm going to make a more oval shape. And I'm going to use an embossing folder. I'm going to put a little bit of baby powder there as well. And smush, 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 smush. All right, it's quite well stuck in there. Again, I'm going to let it dry. So I'm going to wait about 20 minutes. And you know what? I want to do a last one here. I have this other die that I really like, and I'm going to try to make a print out of this. So So here, baby powder. And it smells good. That's a craft that really smells good. And where do I want it exactly? Yeah, I think this place is not bad. And smush it, smush it, smush it. Oh, it's stuck to my paper. I'm gonna leave it as is. So I'm gonna wait 20 minutes and we'll see how it prints out. Oh, and by the way, I want you to show you something a little different. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I've got this left over. I'm going to use it right away. I'm going to smush it down right now. And I'm going to make my own pattern. This is something also you can do. So I'm going to use a stylus. I'm going to use a big one and a smaller one. And I'm going to make some little holes there. I'm going to make some big ones. I'm going to make some smaller ones. Not really trying to do a specific pattern, but something that looks nice. And with this tiny one, I'm going to do more around here. So you can be really creative. You can do whatever you want. See this? I don't know if I have pressed enough. So maybe what we could do later is do some kind of negative. I'm going to make a bigger one here. I'm going to change for bigger ones. And one or two little dots there. I think I'm going to call this one good. So again, I'll be back in 20 minutes. All right, it has been about 20 minutes, probably a little bit more, and we're going to unmold everything. So let's see for this one. When you know it's good, first is you put your nail in there, and if you don't have any fingernails prints or nail prints, that's good to go. So let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Perfect on this side. And this is how it looks. I really think it's going to look nice. I like it this way anyway. Now these two, I have two here, so let me first take this one off. Okay, it goes off perfectly. And there you go. Oh, that's nice too. I will take away, I'm going to wash them to take this away, or I will use maybe window cleaner to take everything on the baby powder away. Let's see on the other side. Okay, that's the good one. That looks nice. Let's see. Yep, good. I think it's gonna look really nice. Really, really nice. Okay, let's move on. I'm gonna take this thing away. I have also this one here. Oh, I love that one. Look at that. Can you see this? Oh, I love it. It really is going to look nice. What else do we have? I've got two here as well. The one that I already took the part off from the tool. And on the other side is this one as well. From the other die I have used previously. Turned out really nice. I have the rubber band one. Okay. Oh, that looks nice. There's a big blank here, but I think it's okay. Really cute. And do we have others? I think I had more. Well, I think it's it. Well, that's quite a lot already. And I have done others previously, so we're gonna give some tries anyway. All right, I've got my piece of paper here, and I'm gonna use VersaFine ink today for once. I usually use distress inks, but they're usually not the best to print, even though this is not gonna be very precise. And I've seen that it doesn't stick very well to my block. I've washed everything thoroughly, but we'll see. So I'll show you something in the end that I have done, and you'll tell me which one you will prefer, if you would do that or not. See, it doesn't stick, but anyway, I am going to take it off. There's a little piece here that was not inked. Okay, I'm going to put it onto my paper. Even double-sided tape doesn't stick to it. So I have thought about something else. All right, and that's not bad. I think I need a little bit more though. Maybe I haven't print out everything well. Usually the first print is not the best. Let's do it again. And you know what? I think I need a squishy underneath. That's usually what I use. So I have this big foam pad that is always better to stamp because there is no squishiness to it. So let's give it a third try. Ah, yeah, much better. So I think it's a nice stamp. You can use this as a background. And again, this will do a lot of texture into your polymer clay. So I think it's really interesting. I'm going to put this aside and let's do this one. Not sure it's going to stick better, but anyway, let's give it a try. Nope. So I'm going to try to be neat. I think I squish it too much this time. But no, it's not bad. Let me come a little closer. I think I pressed a bit too hard. I'm going to do a second print. And there it is. Not bad at all. I like it. I might cut off all the excess on the outside just to keep this main piece here because you know what? I have some dies. I don't have the matching stamps. So this design here is interesting to go into each petal and just stamp it so it will give a nice little details. I think I'm going to keep this one. I really like it. Let's do this one that was made with a die. That was made with the embossing folder. Well, let's just do it directly like this. I have a little something in here. There's a little piece missing here. I'm going to put it there. And stamp. Oh, that's not bad. This is not bad. I like it too. I like some kind of grungy ones, you know, like paint splatter. I don't have that too, and I don't want to buy a big, you know, big dies or big stamps just for one shape. So this is interesting. I like it. Oh, this one I hope is going to turn out well. There's a little boo-boo here. Not sure. But you know what? Even though they're not perfect, they're handmade and there's still a piece of it that you can use. And if you're really not happy with it, well, you can always throw it away and do it another one. Okay, so let's see. This one now. Not bad. I think I need a little bit more here. Oh, this is a pin in the back. Let me show you what I've done to these. I don't know if they're dry yet, but I've made little handles. So I use a little bit more of this putty, and I've glued it on the back of all the stamps I have made. Even when they were completely dry and set, it's still gonna stay like this. And look at that. Now it's much easier when you want to stamp, when you want to ink it up. And even if, let's use it. I know it's not the same color. I'm gonna use this one again, just to make sure. Oh, I like it. I really like it. It's not very regular. I think I should maybe use a nail file and make sure everything is going to be flat, but I think I really like it. So this one is made out of embossing folder. So I'm just going to ink it up this way. And as you can see, this is so much more convenient. And I really don't need to press hard. There's a gap here. All right. And there you go. So really making a little handle, I think, is much better because I've tried double-sided tape. It doesn't stick to the back of this. This doesn't, there's nothing sticking to this thing. So I think making little handles is really nice. Let's try this one now. I really want to try this one. So let me take all of these out. I'm happy it stuck to itself. It really is a good thing. So let's do this one. Oh, I don't know if I moved or not. Gosh, I always have my hands dirty. Oh, this one is really nice. Oh, I love this one with all these little circles, small one, big ones. I love it. Let's see this one. You remember this one with all the pearls? I think it's gonna look good too. I don't think there are really any fails, except maybe the rubber band is not my favorite. And there you go. Oh, yeah, nice too. Nice shape. I mean, it's really nice. It looks like an egg. That could be a nice, interesting thing to color up an egg also. What else do I have? Oh, I have this one. It was made, you know, with this piece here. No, I did one with this. This is a very, very thin. It's usually made for glass, for etching, for example. It's very thin. It's very kind of flimsy, and it's not thick at all. So the impression here is not going to be really deep. It's a little. This one was made with this, with the tool. So I really don't know how it's going to turn out, because you can't go deep with this. Not sure. Maybe the second impression would be better, like the ghost one. I moved. I can feel that I moved my stamp here. Let's see a second one. Not bad. Not bad at all. Second impression, not bad. Sorry for the light. I need to fix this thing. There's too much light, I guess, somehow. But I like it. Let's see a third one. Yeah, still go. It holds a lot of color, actually. I'm surprised. It's just plastic, but it holds a lot. Yeah, this one is not, the print is, oh, well, not bad for maybe a fourth print, but these two are really, really nice. So I wanted to show you this because it might be interesting. Again, for polymer clay, I will maybe do a try with polymer clay and find a color and ink them up. You can use them as regular molds. These are made with these flowers that I had here. Let me show you this one. I have the same but in bigger. I think it's also interesting, but this is too deep. I can't stamp with this because only these areas, the raised areas, are going to stamp, so it's not going to be really interesting. I would just wanted to show you different ways to use up what you have. It's always more interesting and more versatile to use things differently and not only making molds. And please, if you did like this video, give me some thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to get all notifications. And also please share on social medias and don't forget to leave me comments. Thank you so much. Take care and see you soon.